So tonight I want to talk to you about what to say when someone messages you and says they want to turn off their auto ship. This is something that was so jarring to me when I first started doing Plexus. And as I have gone on and as I have been doing this now for 6 months, I have learned that it's getting easier. It's not as jarring as it used to be. So the very first thing that I always say to myself in my mind when someone messages me and says they want to turn off their auto ship, sometimes I even say it out loud, is I am a master of retention. You have to fill the negative thoughts of everybody's going to turn off. Oh my gosh, it's ending. Nobody believes me. You have to fill all of those negative thoughts with positivity. I am a master of retention every time, guys. Then I say to them, would you be open to having a conversation about how to take your products differently? And if they say yes, then I ask them, how are you taking them now? Do you feel like you've been consistent? Are you drinking enough water? Are you going through candida die-off? We can troubleshoot so many of these things, and oftentimes just changing the way they take the products can make a huge difference. So for example, I have a friend who is my level 1, and she messaged me and said, I can't afford this anymore. I need you to turn my auto ship off. And an inexperienced ambassador might say, okay, yeah, great, yeah, okay. But I am not gonna let that happen because I know that these products are life-changing, and I know that people just need help. They need coaching. So I'm going to provide that for them because I want these products to change their life like they've changed my life. So sometimes people are bloating in the beginning with candida die-off, and simply taking the BioCleanse between meals on an empty stomach can often alleviate that bloating. If they're having increased sugar cravings through die-off, I recommend that they take 3 ProBio 5 instead of 2 because that really helped me. I had no sugar cravings for 3 weeks. Then I started die-off and they shot through the roof. So I contacted my sponsor, Brooke Hemingway, and she told me to take 3. So I took 3 and my sugar cravings went away again. The 3 main ways that we get toxins out of the body are pee, poop, and sweat. So if people are going through die-off, we need to coach them on how important it is to up those 3 things. Can they go out and exercise and get a sweat going? Can they increase their water drinking? Can they add more BioCleanse to poop a little bit more and eliminate those toxins? A lot of people, if they're constipated, they can go up to 6 BioCleanse. I would not recommend that for someone who's pooping just fine. I would keep them at 4. But if they say, oh my gosh, I haven't pooped in 4 days, then okay, this person needs to go up to 4 BioCleanse, and that's going to help eliminate those toxins out of their body. So that question is non-threatening for them. Would you be open to a conversation about how to take your products differently? So non-threatening. And if they say, yes, I would, then you troubleshoot and ask them how they're taking their products. And, a lot of times people just don't remember. So I say, let's have you set an alarm on your phone. Or I have a friend who just couldn't remember to take her nighttime regimen. So we just started having her take everything in the morning. And after a week, she said she felt so much better because she was getting the products in her body. While it's not ideal to take it all in the morning, that's what worked for her. And the most important thing is just getting those products in your body. So then if they say no to that question, though, no, they're not open to a conversation, then I say, okay, no problem. I respect and honor your choice, but I just want you to know that if anything ever changes, Plexus will be here for you and I'll be here to help you. And it's so important to leave that door open, you guys, because you just never know who's going to come back. I've had people tell me they're canceling, they're turning off, they never want to do this again. And then a week later, they're building their business and enrolling 8 people. So this is you just never know, and you never want to close the door. When I very first started, I had an ambassador join and she went through horrible die-off. Like, she and her husband were so ill from die-off, and I didn't know how to coach them through it as well as I do now. Now I would have pulled them off of all the products and I would have started them on 2 BioCleanse and 2 X Factor. And I would have done that for 3 or 4 days to eliminate some toxins and inflammation out of their body. And then I would have slowly added in the pink drink. And then if that went well, I would have slowly added in a ProBio 5. And but with her, I was so new and I just said, oh, just keep being consistent. Just get everything into your body every single day. And so after a month of that, they wanted to quit, but I talked them into 1 more month. So they tried again after 2 months and still awful, but I talked them into a 3rd month and I just kept thinking there's no way they're going to stick with it. So they kept sticking with it. And finally, after 3 months, they said, we are done with Plexus. And I was really frustrated that night. My kids were up late. I was grouchy. I had worked all day and nothing was going well. And I was in a really agitated mood. And I should have never responded to her that night. I should have waited to respond till the next day. A lot of times I find that when I respond in an emotional state, it doesn't go well. So sometimes just waiting until I've calmed down, it gives me more perspective. So what I should have said to her was, I totally understand. After the experience that you have had, I would feel the same way. If you ever find that, you're wanting to try it again, I would love to be able to coach you on a different way to take your products. That's what I should have said. What I said instead was, yeah, it's really hard to get healthy. And it came off as so sassy and unprofessional, and I really regret that. The next morning when I reread our text conversation, I just remember thinking, oh my gosh, this door is not open. It is closed tight, really tight. And, I am very doubtful she will ever come back. And that's in part because of the way I handled myself. So I want you all to avoid that pitfall and be very confident in the fact that you are a master of retention. Even if you feel like you are not, say that to yourself. Ask people if they'd be interested and open in a conversation about how to take their products differently. And if they are not, leave that door wide open, because I love what Ame Darling says. They always come back. Have a great day.